Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this green shaded square fully wedged in between these two identical circles, as you can see in this given diagram, such that the points A, B, and C are our points of tangency. And moreover, the points P and Q are the centers of these circles. And furthermore, the area of each of these identical circle is given as 100 times pi centimeter square. And now our task is to calculate the area of this green shaded square. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. We are going to calculate the radius of each of these circles. Since these are our identical circles, so the radius, I'm going to label that one lowercase r, and now we are going to find the value of radius r. And now let's recall the area of a circle formula. Area is always equal to pi r square, where lowercase r is the radius. And in our case, the area has been given to us 100 times pi. So let's go ahead and fill in the blanks. So we got 100 times pi is going to be equal to pi times lowercase r square. And here we can see this pi and pi is gone. So therefore lowercase r square is going to be equal to 100. And now I am going to undo this square by taking a square root on both sides. And here we can see our radius lowercase r value turns out to be positive 10 centimeter. So thus the radius turns out to be 10 centimeter. And in this next step, I am going to connect this center P with this point A. And likewise, this center Q with this point B as well, as you can see in this next step. And we can see these are our radii as well, and we know our radius lowercase r is 10 centimeters. So this is going to be 10 and this is going to be 10 as well. And now let's recall the circle theorem. According to this theorem, the angle between the radius and the tangent line will always be exactly 90 degrees. So no wonder this angle has got to be 90 degrees, and likewise this angle is going to be 90 degrees as well. Since these are our radii and this is our tangent line. And now let's focus on this tiny green shaded square. I'm going to label its side length as x. Then all its side lengths are going to be x across the board, since this is a square. And in this next step, I'm going to connect this center P with this point D, as you can see in this next step. And we can see that this PD is the radius of this circle, and we know our radius is 10 centimeter. So therefore our radius PD turns out to be 10. And now in this next step, I have dropped this perpendicular DF on this AP. And we know this segment is x. So therefore this AF segment has got to be x as well. And furthermore, we know that this whole radius AP is 10 and this segment is x. So therefore this remaining segment PF has got to be 10 minus x. And furthermore, I'm going to label this segment FD as lowercase m. Then this segment is also going to be lowercase m as well. Then by symmetry, if this segment is lowercase m, then this segment has got to be lowercase m as well. So therefore this whole segment AB length is going to be m plus x plus m. If we add them, that is going to give us 2m plus x. And now in this next step, I'm going to connect this center P with this center Q, as you can see in this next step. And now let's recall this crucial fact: the centers and the point of tangency are collinear. So no wonder these centers P, Q and this point of tangency C lie on the very same line. And now let's make an observation. We can see this PC is the radius of this circle, and this is going to be 10 centimeter, and likewise this is radius as well, so this is going to be 10 as well. So therefore this whole segment PQ length is going to be 10 plus 10 is going to give us 20 centimeter. And now let's make an observation. We can see that this AB segment is going to be equal to this PQ segment. Our AB segment is 2m plus x and PQ segment is 20. So therefore I can equate 2 times m plus x is going to be equal to 20. And now I'm going to label this one as our equation number 1. And now let's focus on this right triangle DFP, and we are going to apply the Pythagorean theorem on this triangle. And here's our Pythagorean theorem: a square plus b square equal to c square. And in our case our hypotenuse is 10, whereas our two other legs are lowercase m and 10 minus x. And let's go ahead and fill in the blanks. So we got m square plus 10 minus x whole square is going to be equal to 10 square. And now let's recall this famous identity: a minus b whole square could be written as a square minus 2 times ab plus b square. We are going to apply this identity on this binomial. So therefore we could write this one as m square plus 100 minus 20 times x plus x square equals to 100 on the right hand side. And now we could see this 100 and 100, they are gone. And now I'm going to move this 20x and x square on the other side. And now I am going to undo this square by taking a square root on both sides. So therefore our lowercase m value simply turns out to be the square root of 20x minus x square. And I'm going to label this one as our equation number 2. So thus we are ended up with these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. And now I'm going to substitute this m equals to square root of 20x minus x square value over here in equation 1. So therefore after the substitution this is going to become 2 times our lowercase m value is 20x minus x square, and then plus x is going to be equal to 20. And now I'm going to move this x on the other side. And now I'm going to take the square on both sides to undo this square root. So the left hand side 2 square is going to become 4 times this square and square root undo each other. So this is going to give us simply 20x minus x square is going to be equal to. And now let's recall this identity once again. We are going to apply this one on the right hand side. So this is going to give us 400 minus 40x plus x square. And now we are going to distribute this 4. And now I'm going to move everything on the other side. As you can see in this next step, now we are going to combine these like terms. And now we can see all these terms are divisible by 5 across the board. So I'm going to divide by 5 across the board to make our job simple. So therefore we are ended up with the x square minus 24x plus 80 turns out to be equal to 0. And now we are ended up with this quadratic equation, and we are going to solve it by factoring. And here we can see 80 could be broken down to 4 times 20. And if we add 4 and 20, that is going to give us indeed 24. So therefore our factors are going to be x minus 4 times x minus 20 is going to give us equal to 0. And now we are going to separate these two factors. So this is going to be x minus 4 equal to 0. The other one is going to be x minus 20 equal to 0. For this first equation, our x value simply turns out to be positive 4 centimeter. And for this second equation, x value turns out to be positive 20 centimeter. And now we know that our x value must be less than 10. So therefore we are going to accept x equal to 4 value, and we are going to reject this x equal to 20 value. So thus our x value turns out to be 4 centimeter, and we can see this x represents the side length of this green square. And now let's recall the area of a square formula. Area is always equal to s square, where s represents the side length of the square. And in our case, the side length of this green square is 4. So therefore, this green shaded square turns out to be 4 square. And that's going to be equal to 16 centimeter square. So thus after all the calculations and manipulations, the area of this green shaded square turns out to be 16 centimeter square. And that's our final answer. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.